Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank my colleague from Alberta for her great speech. And, you know, we've heard from two ministers, Secretary of State to the Minister, about Trans Mountain expansion. Is good for Canada. It's in Canada's interest. But yet we look here just in the recent past, the Liberals rejected Northern Gateway Pipeline project, which would have been moved Canadian oil to the Pacific Ocean. They put an oil ban on it. Then the Liberals dragged their heels and forced TransCanada to cancel the Energy East pipeline, which would have let Canadian plants in New Brunswick refine Canadian oils. A whole bunch of extra regulations. To the member, do you think that there's an ulterior idea here? You're saying about dishonesty by the government. It just seems to be a way of dragging their heels and hoping that this thing cancels.
The honourable member for Calgary-Nose Hill.
You know, this morning the minister started his speech by saying, the purpose of this debate is to fan regional tensions and open historical grievances. That's pretty telling. That was the first thing out of the Natural Resources Minister's mouth this morning, was a political statement like that. You know, instead of looking at one of these projects as a way to build prosperity across this country, he put that little nugget out there. Wouldn't the Liberals love that? You know, when I was in cabinet, the thing our former Prime Minister always did was look at the regional balances and projects, and I feel like this government's doing the opposite. The only reason that that is an issue right now is because of the statement that comes out of the Prime Minister's mouth and the Natural Resources Minister's mouth. And I'm sure that all Canadians who understand that a united Canada is greater than the sum of its parts will hold him to account, especially in Winnipeg, for those ignorant and divisive comments.